Hey everyone, welcome to the GameGravy Rewind podcast. This is episode 63, and it's another E3 episode. In this one, we're going to be talking about Sony press conference and also Microsoft. And with me here, I have Dante and Chris.
What's up?
Hey guys.
So, exciting E3 this year, for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I'm sure a lot of other people were following it as well, too. Let's jump right into, Sony.
All right. Well, let's just say that. What do we think of the conference? I thought it was.
Honestly, I know there's people going back and forth and arguing, like our whole friends group and the whole GameGravy team were in a huge debate and argument the other night on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I personally think Sony killed it this year. Ubisoft did really well, and Nintendo's Zelda looks amazing, which we're not going to get into. But I think Sony did a kick-ass job this year, and they actually blew me away. I expected nothing from them, really. And like the stuff that I expected, I thought they're going to talk about their new system, the Neo, and stuff like that. Right. And they didn't really talk about that at all. And they did talk about VR, which was awesome. We covered that the last podcast, so we don't have to get into that too much. But, you know, I was excited to see that it wasn't too expensive. It's $399 coming out this October. And a bunch of games that I was surprised to see that look amazing. I'm playing a lot of Xbox right now, but I might be playing a lot of PlayStation this year. So.
Well, I thought it was pretty darn amazing myself. I knew that there had to be something because we only had maybe two, 3 solid first party titles that came out for the PS4 since it's released, and I knew somebody had to be working on something. I knew studios had to be working on something, and we didn't know exactly what that was coming in, and now we finally know. Ben's working on Days Gone. We got Santa Monica working on God of War, which looks nothing like that. Yeah, it looks great, even though it's nothing like the other God of Wars, which I don't know if that's a drawback or whatnot.
Well, I think it has some of the facets of God of Wars. They're just mixing new type of gameplay in with it. Like, some of the fighting sequences are identical to God of War.
Yeah.
And some of them are different.
It just feels like a more grounded and a lot more realistic. I don't know. For me, it feels like more of a Last of Us feel to it in a way. Where
Sure.
You have to be careful, doing some things. And not trying how to kill the person and kill the giant, whatever. And
yeah.
You have to be really skillful and think it out and be like, okay, maybe I should hit him here. Then I'm gonna roll away. He's gonna do this, so let me roll away this way, and then hit him here when he does that. It feels like it's a Last of Us feel to it, but it also looks amazing, and I just can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, visually, it's striking. Just how beautiful that game was, just graphically, it's a powerhouse. I mean, Uncharted came out, and I really didn't think we'd see many games, even come close to that. And God of War and Horizon both look on par with, with Uncharted. But I mean, like you were saying, combat wise, it looks a little more skill and timing based as opposed to just
hack and slash
spamming,
button
spamming the hell out of a bunch of combos and I love all 3 God of War games, Ascension, whatever. But the 3 core God of War games, I love all 3 of those games. But Kratos as a character has kind of been like a afterthought, and this looks like it's really gonna delve into
his character,
but to make you actually give a damn about Kratos.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
which I value that. A lot.
I mean, his only he was kind of like the angry emotion from the Inside Out. That's all he would do for all those games over and over again. It was just rage, 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 die, rage, 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 die. That was all you were doing, and now it looks like you actually have a well-rounded character. So.
And I like how they mix in, they're mixing in the fantasy still of all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking. Some people are complaining they mentioned Valhalla or whatever, but so what? It's still it's still lore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still mythology.
It's still mythology and lore.
I think
it's different.
I think it's cool as hell that they're going into Norse mythology. That's cool.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of Greek mythology.
Mythology.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's move it on to something else.
But I feel like it still
I
fits in
didn't.
that world, which is cool. It's still this
Yeah,
magical, mythical world, you know?
yeah, and it keeps them from having to reboot and go over a more retread material of Ares and
Yes.
Zeus and Poseidon and all those guys. Like you have a whole brand new world for Kratos to kill.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think one of the games that I was really surprised to see, and happy to, was the Hideo Kojima one, Naked Fish Island. That game, as I dubbed it, I forget the real title. I just remember
It's
So
Dead Stranded, right?
Dead
Death,
Stranded. Yeah,
yeah, Death
I've
Stranding. Yeah.
just been calling it Naked Fish Island, but it looks pretty weird and creepy and cool at the same time. But is this going to be our Silent Hill that we never got, or what is this?
Yeah,
You know?
like released in 2019.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like,
No,
that was
I'm
a
going
really cool
2020.
moment. I mean, that was a really cool moment of him just walking out yelling, "I'm back!" Because this is the first time we've seen him in public
Yeah, a
in
long
a
time.
while. It's been a
Yep.
while. Like so, it was
Yeah.
cool. Chris, how
No,
did you like this? How did you like the orchestra? Because
Oh,
I thought that was a class act
that
move.
was that was classy as hell. I think I'm not Chris, but I'm
I
chiming
mean,
in. So.
I was like, you're like, what is going on right now? And then all of a sudden, and then when it starts, I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
is this real going on? Is this real life? And next thing you know,
man.
the whole like thing started, and then God of War showed up. I was like, oh man,
Yeah,
oh
I was impressed by that. It gives you a different feeling. Instead of stage music, it's live music and it's
Yeah,
orchestra music. You're like, dang, that's awesome.
yeah. Bear McCreary was cool as hell walking out there. Doing the God of War music and doing the Star Wars music and all. I was like, oh man, you guys are so
Hmm.
fancy.
Dude, when I saw that Star Wars VR thing pop up, I was screaming like out loud. I was like, hell yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I'm so getting the VR just to play this. um, yeah, but yeah.
I mean, when I saw that Batman VR, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. Even though it was like, I know
I
it's
was
gonna be
pissed
short.
though about that. I was excited and mad that they didn't give us a glimpse at all of what it would look like or how you would be interacting with things and
Yeah,
what you would do. That makes me worried that they don't have it fully nailed down on what they actually are going to do. Um,
They probably don't. I mean, there was a lot of like behind closed doors things that went on at the
yeah.
Sony's.
We'll get that stuff. I mean, they did that with
Yeah,
Uncharted last year.
yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get it down the road. I
because
God of War had some of that, and so did South Park. Like,
Because
we'll get
if
this
you
stuff.
think about it, you could do so many cool things with Batman. Like besides being Batman first person, you could be like a drone he throws out, or
Yeah.
some sort of like video feed that you're doing, and or like like he's hacking something, and you're like the computer code, and you're going through these things. You know what I mean? Like they could do so many things with it.
Yeah, when you were in I think it was Origins that did the crime scene
Yeah.
Yeah, crime scene.
recreation.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'll be they'll probably do something like that using the back
I
computer and all
I agree. I know one thing that you're probably really excited about, Dante, and I am too. The Last Guardian finally got a release date,
that. Hells yeah,
October 25th, 2016, this year.
vaporware no more.
Nope. Were you screaming out loud when you saw that? Were you like, yes?
I was really excited, and then they showed a second bird dog, and I was pissed. Like, don't
Yeah.
freaking show that! Like, you sons of damn it, get that off
Yeah,
the damn screen. Like, but yeah, hell yeah, man, can't wait. I've
yeah.
been looking forward to that game for a long time,
Last year at
and
E3, I sat down and saw the gameplay footage, and after that, I've been gung ho about that even more.
yeah,
You know what they should have did it, and if it was done, they should have been like, you know what? Guess what? It's available right now, and then
oh yeah,
in the conference right there, and be like, oh my gosh.
yeah,
That's what I said. I was like, they're gonna give away a game here or sell a game here at
that is really
E3.
cool.
That's gonna make it amazing.
But
But they
I
didn't
mean,
do that.
yeah, I mean they did that with Resident Evil. That was their Resident Evil thing. Like, and
Yeah.
the demo's available now, and Resident Evil looked like it was getting back to its
The
more
roots.
scary
It's roots.
Yeah.
horror roots as opposed to 6, which was an abomination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. One game that I was pretty impressed with, and people have been mixed reviews about it, but I think it was pretty awesome, was Days Gone.
Yes. Yes.
I think that the demo was like it was fluid. It was a gameplay demo. I think like, someone was playing that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, the gameplay looks awesome. And my brother came out because I was screaming during watching that, going, "Oh my God, they're gonna get you!" Like all the horde of zombies coming through, you know. I don't know. I thought that was pretty amazing and quite scary.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty awesome. You could definitely tell that AI was off, but I mean, you could definitely,
Sure.
but it was awesome what they showed. Even though the zombies when they poured out of like building, it seemed like more of a World War Z kind of a thing. But
Yeah.
and then the guy had like it seemed like he had infinite amount of bullets. I was like, what the heck? He's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the John Woo clip and the machine gun.
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like I mean, come on. If you're actually unleashing that many rounds, even if you had like a 60 drum mag, you would still be reloading a lot more than that.
yeah,
Because if you have an automatic weapon, you can go through 60 rounds like that in like probably like 10 seconds, maybe
Yeah,
11.
I did a little bit of a 180 on that game when they first unveiled it, and even at the end of the show when they had a longer look at it. I kind of hemmed and hawed it. Like, I don't really need another zombie game. I don't need another
Yeah.
post apocalyptic thing. And then the Ben did an interview afterwards talking about how they're not zombies. They're living, breathing humans still.
yeah. That's right. Yeah,
That they eat, they sleep, they drink, and they hibernate during the day. So this is a very different take. And
Interesting. Is it like that one movie with Will Smith? I forget.
I am Legend.
I Am
Yeah.
Legend.
Yes.
No,
Is it
I
like?
don't know. I don't know if it's like that, but they do hibernate. You're able to set traps during the day. There's not going to be a bunch of post-apocalyptic cities like The Last of Us was. So they're doing things to differentiate themselves from The Last of Us, which was my main gripe. And then they completely squashed any issues I had with it by just doing that short interview. Now I'm on
Hmm.
board. Now I'm on
Sweet.
board and I want to play it. And that
Yeah,
motorcycle is going to be a very large part of the gameplay, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
like
awesome.
that a lot. Um, trying to think, what else was I excited for in that one?
Dude,
Oh,
Spider-Man.
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 How did I forget that?
That I
Yes.
I what I yeah, jumped for joy 3 times. Three times for E3 I jumped for joy. South Park, Zelda, and frickin' Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
As soon as they showed like the I'm just a kid from Queens and they showed the Insomniac thing already beforehand, and I thought it was gonna be Sucker Punch doing it, and it turns out it's Insomniac.
Yeah.
But they're just like, I'm just a guy from Queens. I'm like, this isn't Spider-Man. And then and he swings to him and
I
he
knew
just
it was Spider-Man by the way he said that,
yeah, and I
and he
was like,
showed the city.
woo! I had my first my first like freak out happy,
Actually, and I don't know if it was me imagining it, but one of the sequences reminded me of the exact same sequence in Civil War where they go to meet Spider-Man, and I was like, that's Spider-Man. That's that one corner
yeah.
in Queens, you
yeah,
know?
And it had they had the Ditko the Steve Ditko eyes where his eyes kind of like focus a
Squint.
little bit so he
Yeah,
can
Yeah.
I'm like, ah
yeah.
all
It looks
day.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that game.
The way he moves, the way he fights, the way he swings. Hell yeah. I don't care. Like, I know there's a lot of people pissy pants about the costume. I don't care.
Whatever.
Couldn't
Why are
possibly
they
care
pissy pants
less.
about the
Because
costume?
it's a
Because it's
white,
just different.
yeah, it's got a white spider on the chest, and
Do people
it's a
know where
brand new
that's
take.
from?
It's a brand new take on him, and yada yada
Oh,
yada.
so that's the whole
I,
thing.
yeah, I don't care. It's gonna have multiple costumes, just like every other Spider-Man game ever. As long
Uh-huh.
as it plays well, couldn't possibly care less.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Can't wait.
So we had that. We had all those games. We got a little bit of hardware from Sony. We got the PlayStation VR.
Hmm.
Um, eh,
Horizon,
and Horizon.
Horizon,
That's right.
Detroit.
So,
Detroit,
oh
yeah.
yeah, the Detroit one looks awesome, dude.
Yep.
I'm more excited for that than Horizon. Like, I think Horizon looks great. It looks beautiful. The graphics look awesome. But there's just something about it that, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way, or maybe it's just like, I, it doesn't seem too inventive to me. Maybe I need to see more of it.
Are you talking
I
about
don't know.
Horizon? Or are you talking about
Yeah,
Detroit?
I'm talking
Horizon?
about Horizon because I saw it at E3 last time. I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then they showed a little bit more of it now. But like, animal machines, like, come on, man. Like,
You
and the
have a
girl from
bow and
Brave.
arrow.
Yeah, you have a
taking
bow
down
and arrow.
Megatron.
Well, that's my whole thing. I feel like it's like Brave with the redheaded chick meets like Transformers or something like that. I was like, if technology exists where animals can be created from nature, then why don't you have anything better than a bow and arrow? Like, and why are there tribal things? Like, what the heck happened? Maybe I need to see more of the story to get involved, but I'm lacking the sense of motivation of the awesomeness behind that game. Besides, it looks pretty, because I agree, it looks beautiful. And it looks interesting. It's just not interesting enough for me to want to play.
Mm.
That's just me, though. Go ahead, Dante. You talk about how you feel about it.
Yeah, I mean this was a lot of people's game of the show, and
Which blows me away. I don't know why.
yeah, I mean I have no issues with it. I love like Guerrilla Games does a great job uh, with their stories and with their world building. So
Hmm.
they have my benefit of the doubt for sure. And I mean, come on, man, it's robot dinosaurs. How kick-ass is that?
Yeah, but how and why?
I
Like,
don't care why. I don't care how. Give me robot dinosaurs. Like
they're not dinosaurs, really. They're like animals
okay, all
ish.
right, just let me have it for a couple.
All right, all right. I'll
But
give
like,
it
and
to
then
you.
they've got like she programs a robot ox to ride around,
I saw that. I
and
saw
that
it
was
all. Yeah,
cool, man. I mean, like,
it's
there's
cool. But like, you're messing with extremely advanced technology there. The bow and arrow. Come on.
yeah, but
That's like the least efficient.
she's like Hawkeye, man. She's got all kinds of fancy arrows, like
I know.
the
That's why I feel
EMP
like I need to
arrow,
see more
yeah,
about
the
that.
EMP arrow, the fire arrow, and then
It
that.
just
Uh,
go ahead. I was just gonna say the gameplay didn't look as fluid as one would imagine. I think there was too much menu popping in and out, like to try to go through a boss battle.
Well, I mean, you're like going back and forth between choosing different types of weapons. I don't expect you to be able to choose between 15 weapons at the at the change of like one keystroke. Like you got to be able to pull up a menu and switch to. But
um,
I just got done playing Ratchet though, and that's how Ratchet is. Like you're
Okay.
holding down the triangle button, going to a different weapon, zip into that. Like that's what that reminded me of.
I mean,
I'm all for strategy in games like that. It just I don't know. It seemed like a bit much.
that's why they wanted you to show you how you would be able to switch through things, and I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose for the menu wise, just to be like, oh, let me show you the menu, and like cycle through all the weapons and tell you what you can use and whatnot. I'm sure
Yeah.
they did that on purpose. I'm sure that you won't be
Yeah.
doing it through the whole like boss fight.
I get your concern about it not looking fluid, at least the movement
Hmm.
wise, but it being delayed until February, I think is a great thing for that game that they don't
Yeah.
have to.
Maybe it'll be better.
Yeah, like
Because this is working, a work in
yeah, like
progress.
Last Guardian took that spot where that's their big holiday game this year, and then Horizon can focus on it'd be their big winter title in the first quarter next year.
What other games has that publisher made?
Gorilla, Killzone.
Yeah.
That's right.
I didn't play that. I didn't play that
You
either.
didn't play any of the Killzone games?
No.
Oh,
And I like shooters. I just never got it. Everybody was saying it was horrible, and I just never played it.
so, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
You probably listened to Ant, and Ant was telling you, "Oh, it's
I
terrible."
did probably at that time. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's
probably.
terrible.
The only time I was the only time I was ever angry at them was probably their PlayStation 3 unveiling trailer for Killzone 3, and that game looked
Maybe that's what it was.
nothing. It looked nothing like that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever, it's all good. It doesn't bother me. I'm looking forward to it. I'll play it.
Okay.
Is there anything else on Sony's spot you guys
No,
want to hit?
I was gonna say let's jump over to Microsoft. I think that's quite. I think that's it.
Just real
So,
quick, they
mhm,
kicked the most ass out of everybody. Sony, just real quick, just to give them a pat on the back. They
yeah,
came out. They said, I mean, the guy talked for like 3 minutes, and they showed nothing but games, and then they stop, talk for 3 minutes, shows games. Like they did everything I wanted them to do was just shut your mouth and show the games.
Yeah.
And you gotta hand it to them, man, because they just
yeah,
they just dropped 5 exclusives right in a row, and you're like, damn.
yeah. Nope, they did. Microsoft kind of was honestly it was boring. They got a lot of stuff that was in there. Um,
Yeah.
and but they talked too much, I think, in theirs.
They
Uh,
tried to. I don't. You know, sometimes they just showed games and then they showed the fact of like each game you buy on an Xbox One, you now be able to play on your PC.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm like, cool. What if I don't have a PC that will run that shit?
yeah, and now one game that was announced that they did was an Xbox One exclusive. No,
Yeah,
one.
that's true. But I did like how they opened it off immediately with the Xbox One S, where it's more slim and streamlined and, has everything built into it and still costs quite a bit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let's go through. I'm gonna just tell you the prices here. Oh, for a 500 gigabyte one, you can get one for $300. A
mhm.
1 terabyte for $349, and 2 terabyte for $400.
Yeah, which is absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous. And that makes me mad since I got a day one Xbox and I'm like, wow, okay, right now you're announcing a new streamlined slim one that will play games even better
yeah,
because it's a better hardware and stuff. On top of that, near the middle or end part, they announced the Scorpio,
yeah,
which is their next platform, which is coming out next year. So I think they made a horrible business decision this year. And they announced the new streamline system and they announced the Scorpio because why in the right mind would anybody hopping into the Microsoft platform buy the system this year and not just wait till next year and be like, well, I'll get the better system. Why am I gonna waste $400 or $500 this year and then 6 months from now spend another $500 on the system
right.
when I can get a way like the Scorpio is significantly better. Like those specs are going to be probably better than the Neo. They even said like
Well,
it's going to
yeah,
be that
the
much faster.
That's
throwing
why I think the
around the
Neo.
teraflops, throwing
Yeah,
Yeah,
teraflops around was. I mean, they came out and said this is going to be the most powerful console ever made, and and that's fine. I mean,
yeah,
but they didn't do this at the press conference, which I think was a mistake. Which like they gave a couple of interviews afterwards to some other outlets, and one of the interviews was if you don't have a 4K TV, Scorpio's not really going to do anything for you. So
hmm
you're fine. And this is going to be their hyper system that runs regular Xbox One games and then is going to run Scorpio type games. But
yep,
they said there's going to be some fluid motion there between moving games back and forth. But will Scorpio games be able to play on Xbox One? That they left too many questions for putting that type of information out there in the reactive state that we're in right now with with
yeah,
game
yeah.
consoles. Like it's not like Xbox.
Maybe that's why they released the S or whatever like
Yeah,
that. If the Scorpio's not backwards compatible, that's going to make
I
people
I
mad.
have no problem with them doing like releasing the S. I think that's a great move on their part because one of the problems with the Xbox One is how bulky the damn thing is.
Yeah,
And
no,
now
I
and now
100% agree.
you release a 40% smaller version of the system that can stand straight up or lay flat, and you can allegedly it's gonna run games a little better, but I don't really have all that much of a problem with that. It's more they're not going to see any Xbox One sales until that new one comes out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like you just left all of your current Xbox One systems to die on the vine.
yep,
And
yeah.
did you hear there's no Connect support on the S Xbox?
Yeah,
So
there
we went
there is if you buy an adapter.
Yeah,
so we went from and I think it's great by the way that the power brick is built into the small one too because
I do
that's
too.
great.
Yeah.
So you went from originally having to have a Connect
yeah,
that was you not want it, you need it, and now you don't even have the ability to play it without an adapter. Ah,
Yeah.
man, there
It's
you go,
ridiculous.
there you go. There was some. I agree. There were mistakes made on their part, especially messaging wise and all that. But uh, I'm not gonna.
Also, one thing that bugged me overall, this is stepping aside from it for a second, um, and they brought in like politics into gaming, and they shouldn't have at all.
yeah.
So, with the tragedy that happened in Orlando, I feel bad for all those families and people that are out there. But I don't know what they were trying to do, like talking about that at E3,
I
besides being really corporate about
I
it.
don't know, man. I think it's really cold and callous not to at least say something. I mean,
No,
Ubisoft.
I'm glad that they said it, but I almost like I was like, are they trying to like market themselves? Like I don't know what they were trying to do with that besides just I don't know.
It's not like they went on like a 20-minute diatribe about it and tried to make it about gun control or terrorism.
No,
Stuff.
but
Like,
the
it
guy, the
was
way he
just
said it, he had a goofy ass smile on his face, saying, "We care,"
Yeah.
like, "We care," and he made everybody wear gay pride pins that are on stage. I was just like, what the heck are they doing?
I mean, Ubisoft did that. Sony did that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
did that
and
after the fact.
Nintendo did the same thing. I mean, they were
Yeah,
again. I don't have a problem with it. I think that was a nice gesture on their part to uh, at least talk about it a little bit
Sure.
without diving too big into it. They just acknowledged it. Apologize, not apologize, but like
I was just say they have no reason to
not
apologize.
apologize,
They
not
didn't do
apologize,
it.
but acknowledge and show some remorse that it happened.
Yeah.
But
Anyhow, but
just to horribly segue back into games.
yeah, that's my no, but that was my point right there.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
why bring it up?
I
Like,
know.
why do? I don't know. Make a tweet about it or something. Don't bring it into the conference.
Yeah, no,
Anyways, Gears of War 4.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got bored watching it.
I did too. I actually couldn't watch the whole thing. I had to pause it, go do stuff, and come back because I was like, ugh, I gotta sit through all this. I don't know. I'm over Gears of War. I think they should have ended it like on 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I played the hell out of 1 through 3. I don't think I've ever even played Judgment. And
I didn't play Judgment either.
And I mean, I'll probably play this one. I probably will, as it gets closer to it. But that like.
I have 3. No one played it with me, so I just stopped playing it. I have it on my Xbox 360.
Sad solo Mike. Nobody will play Gears with me.
No, everybody's busy and has families. What's up with that?
Mom. I mean, they did, for a Gears fan, like people that are into that series, they did exactly what you'd want them to do. They showed the new characters. They showed some of the new game mechanics. They showed how pretty that game's going to be.
Oh yeah, I love that they brought in their voice talent in there. That one chick, she was really cool, and she actually got to play the game with them and demo it out.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat. I appreciated that.
Well, that was good. That was cool. I'm just over Gears, honestly.
You just have some franchise fatigue with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't when I saw it. I wasn't excited. I was like, another Gears of War.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, this is the fifth Gears of War game in 10 years. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I mean, I can see you having. I can see the franchise fatigue. There's other games that have released in a similar style like that I don't have that thing with. So I get people why people are excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna get as excited about it as some of the other guys on the site to play it, but that game wasn't close to my favorite game that they showed. My favorite game that they showed was ReCore.
Yeah.
ReCore was interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I need to see more, but it looks quite interesting. Like the graphics look beautiful.
ReCore, to me, I thought looked crazy, cool, and interesting, and it'll probably be like one of the games I'll buy for my Xbox One.
What did you guys feel about Scalebound though?
It's just too much going on. It was way too much.
Go ahead,
the dragons thing, I was like, okay, that's cool. It's playing co-op, but I was like, this is just way too much going on. It feels like Lost Planet to me. I'm good on it.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, the Lost Planet comparatives are right there for sure. I agree. I think the game looks cool. I think a boss battle like that is a bad demo.
Yeah.
To show what that game is like, and graphically it's really cool. I love the fact that you can have dragons and stuff in there, but having a somewhat repetitive boss battle where it's go hit the light up part of their body over and over again is kind of a bad way to show the game off. But it could be really good because Platinum Games has a pretty damn good track record.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say they're great developers, so I don't know. So we talked about what's it called, the biker zombie game with Sony.
Days Gone.
Yeah.
Days Gone. Yeah. So what about Dead Rising 4?
Yeah, Frank's back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll play it.
That was like it looks interesting, but like it's like another zombie game again. You know, like Dead Rising franchise has been around for a while. Like I think Microsoft killed me with Dead Rising, Gears of War. Like we got talked about Halo Wars 2 and how it's being delayed, but you can play the beta right now. And I'm not really a huge fan of Halo Wars to begin with, so I tried it out and just like, RTSs are okay. I like StarCraft and Warcraft and stuff, but I don't know. I didn't care for this.
I mean,
I've never. Go
Go
ahead.
for it.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dante. Go ahead.
I've never been an RTS guy. It's just never been something that I really enjoyed playing. That trailer is incredible. Just the way that it looks and everything, and bringing the brutes in and all that. But I've just never been an RTS guy.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So I was just a little disappointed in some of that stuff.
I mean, Microsoft needs a franchise like to build on, and they need to start doing it now. And what they have been doing with
I mean, a new one because they have lots of franchises.
yeah, they need a new one because Quantum Break is not doing it. Every other exclusive that came out for the Xbox One is not doing it because Titanfall fell like a ton of bricks, and now it's coming on from all the consoles now.
Wasn't there a new one though?
What, Quantum Break? It was
No, Titanfall.
yeah,
Titanfall 2 is going to be on PS3. I'm sorry, PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, and PC.
Which is going to have a single player campaign and all that now too. So it's got an Iron Giant type feel to it.
I mean, the one thing I do praise Microsoft for is the cross-play, cross-compatibility with PC and Xbox. I think that's cool. I might be getting a little bit more games on Xbox because of that, because I do PC game, and I can play with some of my PC friends. But I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I mean, what's other reason is there to actually really be like, okay, this is what I bought this system for. You can look at Sony, you can look at PlayStation and be like, oh, I bought this game for Uncharted. I got Days Gone coming out. I have God of War coming out.
Yeah, I think.
Well, you don't have to argue with me about that. I think there's a lot more cooler games coming out for PlayStation right now than there is on Xbox. That's for sure. At least that I'm interested in playing, especially when it comes to VR. We didn't hear anything about Oculus on Xbox.
I'll be really honest. Like the games that are exclusive to Xbox right now that I'm most excited about are their indies. Like Ori and the Blind Forest.
Cuphead.
Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest is my favorite exclusive. And Cuphead's going to be afterward. I'm sure it's going to be afterwards.
Yeah.
And We Happy Few looks absolutely incredible. So like their indies, I feel like are kind of carrying that torch where the bigger franchises that we've played so much of are kind of letting us down a little bit because Halo 5 was a disappointment to me. I don't know about some of you guys.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I played through it all. I played through it twice actually. I did care. I liked it.
Sure.
I don't care for the multiplayer, but I do like the story.
I played through the first mission and was done with it.
I don't know. I like Halo, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, but again, it's just a little bit of franchise fatigue with some of the stuff. But they did release some new stuff. I mean, Recore is brand new. Sea of Thieves, which we didn't get into yet. Sea of Thieves looks great.
Talk about it. Oh, I mean, Forza Horizon 3 looks sweet.
Yeah, it does.
I think.
And I'm not even a big racing game fan, but Forza Horizons looks like a lot of fun.
Well, they just added a whole bunch of different type of driving gameplay that you normally don't get to see and experience. And you're in Australia, and it looks beautiful out there. So I'm definitely interested to pick up that game.
Yeah.
But go ahead, talk about
Sea of Thieves, man. That game was shown last year. I thought it looked really cool, but we didn't know what it played like. And showing the gameplay now, and it looks great. It looks like a lot of fun. I could do without their horrible trailer with people screaming into the freaking microphones while they're playing. If that trend could die and be wiped away from my memory, I would love it.
So what is it? Like, explain to people what it is if they don't know what it is. It's not an MMO.
Yeah,
I didn't see the trailer for that.
They've vehemently said it's not an MMO. So
and it's not going to be free.
Yeah, correct. So it's the best way I can probably describe it is somewhat similar to Destiny and the Division, where it's an online game.
But Destiny's an MMO.
but it's not an MMO, and you're gonna create your own stories with a pirate crew, sail your own ship, work together to sail it, work together to loot, find new islands, find treasure, battle other crews, things like that.
So it's online or it's not
It is
online?
online.
Like
It's
that's
online.
It's online.
okay.
So no,
But you don't get to see other people. You're playing against NPCs or you're playing against other real
It
people.
looks
Play
like
against
it's
other
both.
rare people. Yeah.
looks like it's both.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
It just-
but they haven't shown enough of it for us to like have a complete picture of what this game is. But
Sure.
they've come out and said it's not an MMO. It's not, they've come out and said some things that it's not. But I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. Like this might be the first rare game that comes out in a long time that actually is good.
Cool.
It just, I don't know. For me, it just seemed like it was really, I don't know. Maybe it was the trailer that threw me off because everyone's yelling at each other. I don't know.
Like an ARG way. I missed that trailer. I
It
didn't
was
see that.
like
No,
it was like, oh, drop the mask and do the. And I was like, oh my god, can we just not?
Yeah.
Can we just?
Can you not scream at me, please?
The
Right.
yelling, like I said, the yelling into the microphone with picture in picture of people just screaming at each other to play the game. It bothers me. It's a turn off.
Yeah, I don't.
If you
I
watch,
don't
I think if you
enjoy it.
watch that trailer muted, it's way better.
Okay, that's good to know. I probably will not watch that trailer then.
I mean, but think of it like this. I mean, think of the possibilities where it could be. Like if you were like with your friends on your ship, and then fighting another ship, or even the fact that I don't know if there were sword battles going on in the game or not. I don't know.
They had a ship versus ship battle where one of the other crews was taken down, and they're like trying to repair the hull, and then it ends up gets taken down. They're like swimming out of there to try to get to safety.
For me, I mean, it would feel like I don't know, when I was younger, watching the old Pirates of the Caribbean movies was like, oh, this would be cool if this was actually in the game and I was with my friends and we'd be like, on guard, or like, just fire everything when you're in a piloting a ship. I mean, it seems cool, but will it work? We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, that's going to be a 2017 game, and then they didn't show Crackdown, which they'll probably show.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll probably show at Gamescom. But that was it. I mean, they don't really have much. Unlike Sony, they didn't have a lot of big first party stuff that was like hype machine first party stuff. Like Gears of War is probably their biggest first party game that they announced.
Yeah.
And that was last year.
Yeah.
And everything else was kind of like kind of an update of here's where Recore is, here's where.
That's why I wasn't excited that
is.
much. I wanted to see them compete with Sony on the levels of VR. Like they showed the Star Trek game with the Oculus headset, but did I just miss it out of E3? They didn't touch on any of the Oculus stuff.
No,
they didn't touch about any of their VR stuff.
They didn't even touch on HoloLens, what they showed her like last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't touch on HoloLens at all either. Like, and their development kit's out for $3,000. So, like, what's going on with that? Like, I feel like Sony. I know they're working hard on their next console that they're gonna release next year. I have a feeling that Sony's initiative is gonna take off first, right? We're gonna get the VR stuff this year for Sony.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get their console maybe next year, right?
Right.
Or after next year. We're going to get their console in 2018 or something like that. Because they're going to announce it next year at E3 and then maybe announce... I don't know. I'm like guessing. And then maybe we'll get the Microsoft console next year.
Maybe. I mean, but Sony doesn't have to really do anything right now. I mean, they're sitting pretty on how many units PS4s they sold.
Yeah, I mean it's 40 million PS4s and 20 million Xbox Ones. It's not like this isn't a pittance. Both systems are ahead of where they were in the previous generation. Yeah. So it's not like either console's hurting here. No, Sony's just obviously doing twice as good. So
yeah, well, yeah, they're taking over. It's like racing, right? They're slightly more in the lead right now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't think it'll ever come down to the fact of how it was last cycle, where Xbox was in the lead for so long, and then PS3 just crept up behind, and next thing you know, they eventually just took over. But I mean, I
Well,
don't
it's like
see Xbox.
PlayStation's been stagnant for a little bit, so they needed this.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing Xbox One a lot more recently, just because, and this will make me hop on my PlayStation more now. I don't know.
Yep. I
Guess
agree.
we'll see.
There wasn't besides Recore, there wasn't really anything that they showed for the rest of the year that I'm gonna make sure that I play besides We Happy Few. Cuphead looks like it's gonna be next year, and
Yep, that was disappointing. I was sad for that.
yeah, not seeing a big presentation of Cuphead kind of sucks, but
I get it though. They
Yeah.
want to add platforming
Yeah,
levels, and I'm happy about that.
yeah, I agree.
So, well, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Absolutely.
We covered both Sony and Microsoft. We tend to lean more on the Sony side, but I mean, Microsoft did their stuff, but just wasn't too impressed with it this year.
Yeah, just want more like updates.
Yep, well, that's about it. And if anybody listening wants to add their thoughts and let us know what if they think something from Microsoft's coming up is going to be better, just tweet us or comment in the post below. We'll see. And on that note, I guess we'll say bye.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.